You know, America has a great birthright. It is the birthright nation. And something I didn't tell you, I left actually the beginning part of the story out. At the very beginning, Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. And of course, Jacob is the one his name changed to Israel, and had the 12 sons, the 12 tribes of Israel, and Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Manasseh being the United States, and Ephraim, Great Britain. But Esau sold his birthright to Jacob. And Esau, he sold his birthright for a pot of soup. It's a fascinating story. I mean, he was hungry, Esau was, and he said, sell me, Jacob said, sell me your birthright this day. And he said, what good is this birthright to me? I know it's no good. He didn't value, he despised his birthright. And he wanted Jacob to do for him what he could have done for himself. There is no implication in this story that Esau was, I know he said he was at the point of death, but that's a figure of speech. He was still standing, he was still talking. Esau could have gone out there and got himself something to eat. He was not about to croak, but he wanted Jacob to do for him what he could have done for himself. He could have gone out there and got himself something to eat. Does that ring a bell? He wanted Jacob to do for him what he could have done for himself. And I see a country where we want the government to do for us what we should be doing for ourselves. First thing you can do is get off your butt and get a job. Start working. That's the first thing you start doing. Birthright nation. America has a birthright. And it's incredible blessings. That's how we got our blessings, by the way. Because we are that birthright nation. And these blessings have just fallen upon us as a nation. And I admit, our forefathers, I think they were men of God. I think they were sincere. I think they understood some of these prophecies. I think they understood what a relationship with God was really all about, that there was obedience. And they looked to God as the great giver of blessings. And they understood a little bit about surrender to God. I think I know they had a closer relationship with God than most, religious people do today, our forefathers. But, that they were men of God. Now, you may not understand or believe all this about America being a birthright nation, but I want you to consider this one verse as we conclude here in Galatians 3 and verse 29. It says this, it says, if you be Christ, then are you Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, all the birthright blessings was passed on. And I think they've been passed on to America. And so here we are. And America stands on the brink. We stand on the brink of selling our birthright. Yeah, we do. You know that, don't you? We stand on the brink of selling our birthright for a socialistic, communist, Marxist form of government. We are willing to give up our freedom for free things. And that's what's really in your Bible.